Fastest tier 1 tank. Should I pick an American one or this one maybe, the German one? Russian? UK? Japan? China? Not quite sure. Not quite sure yet, but let me introduce this first, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. I'm gonna start again. Free to play in World of Tanks Blitz. Why is that? I'm going to show you in this video and in a whole series, but it came basically down to the fact that I wanted to see what all the changes were about in update 5.5. There have been numerous videos about those big changes, the great sweep of all the tech trees, removing all the tanks because they were, well, they were a bit confusing to new players and new players did not know what to do, etc. And I decided to take a look at what was really happening. I have seen people in the lower tiers playing the lower tiers and then figuring out, well, these changes were bad and the game is bad and sucks now. But that was mostly people with 30k, 40k, 60k battle counts using well-trained crews in tier 3 tanks, tier 2 tanks, tier 1 tanks. They had already been playing with full equipment, etc. This is a complete new account. I'm not going to spend anything on it in terms of money. I'm not going to buy a premium tank on this one unless I'm given one with a very cheap option at let's say a really big discount. I want to see what happens, how long it takes for me to get that discount. But this is mostly about SniperHeroAccurate, the name I've chosen, just to see what is happening. And I've skipped through a lot of the tutorial stuff. But trust me, nothing has changed. Wargaming still have not mentioned in this tutorial that the light bulb pops up 3 seconds after you are spotted, which is a shame. New players should know about that. You still get quite a bit of gold if you research modules, etc. You can't really do anything but click on the button, so in that regard it is good. It is, well, guiding the players through the tanks through the interface. Observant eyes have already noticed that the crew button is gone. The crew button is gone from the screen. You can't really see what your crew is about. I'll get to that later on other videos as well. And yes, this is quite like Quickie Baby doing his free-to-play account basically. But I'm starting also with the videos, as you can see, at tier 1. And this is my Panzer 35T. Which is also a tier 1 tank here. I was actually quite sure it was a tier 2, but hey ho. You can already see, take a look at this one, because there's a few things I want to discuss. That's an AMX 38. You can see that one is, I think, actually quite quick. And you can also see what is happening to that tank. He just keeps driving forward, Raptor XX_2015, and once he gets to this position, you can also see that the orientation of his turret turns towards another threat, and once he comes close to me, no, he's not doing anything, still not doing anything, right, I can clear him. There we go. And Raptor XX2015. Oh, he runs away at 4 hit points left. Oh, right. There's another AMX 38 raw crawling in crawler. And we're going to see a few of them later on in the series as well. Also in this video, straight away, not necessarily those players. Raptor is now down, but there are bots in the game, and Wargaming have mentioned that before, that people with less than 5,000 battles done in the game, and in low tiers, the ranks would have been made up by bots, and this is your typical bot. You can see he has been programmed. I had played against bots before on test servers, and this was actually my first real game I was playing while I was in my SniperHeroAccurate account. And I was kind of figuring out still what the bots were doing, and yeah, as said, some of these bots, it's not bad at all. This one is driving away like a murder buzzer, and you can see he's facing the turret around, he's auto-locked, and he's wiggling around. He does seem to sort of angle his tank as well, not quite sure if Wargaming have programmed that. But all in all, if you take a look at how the bots are driving around, I think that's not bad. It's not bad at all for new players, actually. Once you start figuring it out, it does make sense. You can really confuse the bots and then shoot them up the ass if you want to, because they don't face you. They just face the nearest target. That's also a bot, Hunter XL 2015. But what it does do is, well, make up the ranks and kind of make you work for it, which may sound strange if you figure out these are bots, as you can see, but yeah, I'm coming down to a 2-1-5 at the moment. But let's not focus on the gameplay here, because after all, it's not really that exciting to see me play against the bots. I want to focus on what Wargaming have done in the changes to the low tier vehicles. Because what they said in the article for update 5.5 is that currently battles fought on low tier vehicles feature mechanics that newcomers find difficult to learn. For example, high explosive shells have low penetration and high damage per shot. That's why they differ from standard shells in gameplay. Therefore, many newcomers don't understand why they fail to penetrate the enemy's armor, or the shell causes less damage than indicated. At the same time, an experienced tanker can destroy a newcomer with a few shots from a howitzer. The same goes for autocannons, they cause too much damage within a short time. And that's true, that's all true, so they have changed it, and I'm not that happy with some of the changes. But I think for new players, the lower tier should be a safe environment, where they, as Wargaming also state, they should have more opportunities to learn how to aim, fire and better navigate in battle. And as you can see, I'm staying in battle longer at the moment than with other vehicles, with other accounts than earlier. I have to do 4 kills already here. I have to pull off a 1 versus 4 Kolobanov in my Panzerkampfwagen 35T. But this is just the changes for update 5.5. 5.1 already saw a lot of changes in the unlocking of modules for tanks. And you can see all these changes in the graph to the right as well, the picture to the right. Tier 1 and 2 get you the first lot of consumables, etc, etc. Nothing fancy there, you can just read it out. And I think this is actually a good thing, because those consumables and the provisions and what you can do with it all, and get bonus containers and missions, etc, etc, and camouflages, blah blah blah. There's a lot to take in. But you also get these once you have unlocked a vehicle at a certain tier, which means that anybody who has unlocked a tier 5 or 4 vehicle gets all that stuff. I have been able to drive my fully equipped Panzer III, which I decided to equip as a massive steel cutting machine once I had noticed the news of update 5.5. I can use that in a battle if I want to, against bots and also against new players. And Wargaming have changed that, or at least as much as possible. They have changed the matchmaking for newer players and players in the lower tiers, players with a low battle count, not necessarily lower tiers. Players with a low battle count should not face players with a lot of battles, and low battle count means 5,000 and below. But you also get a lot of players now that, well, make new accounts. You still have experienced players, you do get that rerolls, I get that. That's not something that is uncommon. But I think the player base is just too small to really keep a separate queue for new players and a queue for veteran players. So Wargaming need to change more things in the tutorial. I find it's ridiculous. I really think it is ridiculous to not tell players that they're thinking about a light bulb. Okay, come on, that's the main thing. You do get 6 cents. Just keep an eye out on that. Tankers, once you spot it, you see a light bulb. But remember, you were already spotted. You have been spotted 3 seconds before that light bulb goes off. So yeah, get into cover as quick as possible, because you were already spotted. And then take a look at this. I mean, a second class for 1k damage. But anyways, digressing again, taking a look at the statistics, blah blah, click, click, clickety click. What's going to happen now is also funky, I think. I'm going back into the garage, there we go. And then this happens. I'm going to purchase a tank of another nation. I get 225 gold for it. I already have 75. You can see my credits up there as well. Right, let's hop into the tech tree. Select the nation of the tank you want to purchase. Right, I'm going to go for the Russian ones. This is the first line, and I'm already shown this. Heavy tanks and medium tanks, and I'm clicking, and tank destroyers. And there's some other tanks highlighted as well. Right, let's purchase this tier 1 tank then. I'm going to purchase it. Doesn't cost me anything in terms of credits, which is good. I go to the tank, and congratulations, I've completed basic training. Affirmative. I got a pop-up. Hello, pop-up. What's going to happen here? Let's press the pop-up. Conqueror's Bundle. €1, 250 gold, 10k free experience, and 100,000 credits. Plus 7 days of premium account. Don't miss out on the deal. Haven't bought this one because this is a free-to-play account. But any kid who's playing this game will probably buy that bundle, or when the mommy looks at it and they think, oh, there's only €1. You already have that premium account. You also get this one straight down there, minus 15%, 6,500 gold. Oh, I got 300. I have my containers up there in the store. Looking at that, it's a gift. It's a gift sign. It should not be possible. It should not be possible to do that. And look at the the XP. Of course, it's ridiculous. 908. Nobody would get 908 on the first game, except when you're seal clubbing. But I'm able to fully upgrade my tank in terms of modules with just one game. I have not enough credits to do anything, I think, in terms of equipment. I'm not going to spend that. That would cost me 15,000 credits, but I need 1,500 for the ammo in there, and I have 18 left. So I would go nearly bankrupt if I would fully equip my tank. And then you would also have row 2 and 3. So let's head back into a little battle again. And remember that AMX-38 from the last battle? Just look at the pattern this cruiser is following now. He's using exactly the same pattern. Just look at that. Exactly the same circle. Turns the turret at exactly the same time. And just drives in front of me. That is another bot. So I'm safe now to poke over this ridge because he's going in over here. We can shoot him again. There we go. And he's taken out. Oh, there's another AMX-38 rolling in on that hill. And that last game, there was a bot going in over there. And then one popped up over here. Yes, there he is. I can shoot into the ground. Shoot him again. Evolver underscore 2015. And then another one should pop up. Oh, hello. There he is again. It's exactly the same pattern. They're following the same route. And what it does do, and I think that's a really good move by Wargaming. They're doing some things wrong and it should change a few bits, but credit where credit due. What they are doing here is make bots that actually follow a sort of logical pattern. They are not making bots that just drive forward and keep driving forward and then bump into a rock. At least they're not programmed them in for the first few minutes of the game. But what they are doing is making bots that will probably force new players into moving out. Because new players do move out once they see someone else moving in. They tend to stay with other players. And this guy is a bot as well. The program has run out, I think. Or is it a... No, I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. But the last one, he's going to be a bot. And take a guess at where he is. Take a guess. Take a guess. Yes, there he is, at exactly the same spot, and he's also perched up against a wall. GG. So we can go in again, and then we'll go in over here, just because he's perched up against the wall anyway, and we can ram him, and then track him, and get some more assistance damage, because someone else is going to unload into the genie over here. And can we secure the kill for yet another Top Gun? Of course we can. Bulgora 85 in the genie. He's also a bot. And once I get into this result screen, there's nothing I can do but press the button to purchase premium account and you get straight into the store. And this 1-day premium account bundle, that's very tempting for 250 gold when you've gotten 300 from the tutorial. So in that regard, clever marketing by Wargaming. I can also open a container, get some boosters, etc. That's all well and good. For the last little, about, what's it like, 2 minutes of the video, I just want to show you some more gameplay against bots and why I think some of the bots are really good for introducing new players into the dynamics of the gameplay. That R35 is going to roll in. I'm pretty confident that he is a regular player. The Chini over there is not a regular player. Some of the bots are going to roll around and drop off the hill and they are not going to reset camp, but they're going to chase me and then eventually focus on someone else. And I'm going to live to tell the tale, and it's mostly because I'm experienced and I know what to do and I know where I can hide on this map. And I'm also lucky because a fair few shots bounce. But imagine you are a new player. You will either die or you will really be impressed with the way tanks are driving in and the way that they are moving in. And I think new players will be tempted to follow this AMX-38 who is going to charge in, as you can see. And they will probably be a bit terrified and scared when they see a tank moving in like this, and it will hopefully cause them to move and then just sit in the back and then do nothing. And these tanks are bots, as you can see, because once they are far away from me and they are near another tank, they are turning the turrets. I can shoot them up the ass and secure 2 kills, and then this one as well, I think. Not sure, but anyways. This is the video for today, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Digitiverse. The adventures of SniperHeroAccurate will be continued, but please leave your comments in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers and happy tanking.